What is up, my guys? We are back. This is the Juice Box with episode 170, 30 away from 200. Some
Facts.
quick maths.
Math.
Big Czar, what's up? What's up? Glad to be here. Is anyone else glad to be here?
I'm ecstatic to be
I'm
here.
so glad to be here.
Yeah, we're back. We took a week off, so.
Yeah, little hiatus. Yeah, well, we can start with that. Took a little hiatus. Did you guys have a great St. Patty's Day? Did anybody get into anything wild?
Not wild. I had a good St. Patrick's. Just Jesus Christ.
Excuse me?
Patty's Day. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I went to the hole early, like right after work, and drank. And then, it was like people my age, our age, and then I also met a brother at Generations later, and with people, our age as well. And Generations is pretty fun, so had a good time.
Yeah, I haven't been there late night in a while, but I definitely will make some appearances there in the summer. I think.
But I will say, it made my hate list. Jameson. I'm done drinking Jameson until next year.
Till next year,
I'm done.
exactly.
I had too many shots of Jameson. I'm done.
Yeah, I drank the same. Honestly, this was the drunkest I've got in years on St. Patty's Day. And I'm talking like I was litty.
Commendable.
And I was drinking. Actually, I wasn't drinking Jameson. I was drinking proper number 12.
Oh shit, dude!
It's probably even worse. I've never had that.
So
Fucking McGregor.
I was but you can't beat a nice little Irish whiskey and ginger ale. Some good stuff.
Yeah, I spent my whole St. Patty's Day in an airport. Our pilot just decided not to show up.
Was he drinking?
He must have wanted
Yeah.
to go booze with the boys, and he just didn't show up. So our flight was delayed like 2 or 3 hours. Didn't end up getting down to Atlanta. Literally back to JT's place, so probably like 1.
Wow.
Jesus. So it was it was fun though. I had a great weekend. JT lives in a very, very cool part of Atlanta. There's this place called The Battery, which it just has a bunch of bars and restaurants in, and it's kind of like a neighborhood-esque vibe, and it's cool because you can take to-go cups and drink all throughout the place.
Mm-hmm.
So and walk around, which was sick. We all got pretty tuned up early on Saturday. So Saturday evening we kind of just chilled, but the race on Sunday was just incredible. Like NASCAR races, they are America.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have the whites, you have the blacks, you have the Latinas, you got everybody mixed in there. Everybody just there for a good time, wanting to watch cars go in a circle, a lot of wrecks, a lot of action, cigarettes smoked, free food, free things. And that's when I was kind of practicing my beer pong form.
Yeah.
Which kind of threw me off. We were competing for like a big cooler and they had all these things set up. They weren't, once I grabbed the things that were thrown, they were like stress balls.
The weight throwing you off.
Yeah, I couldn't get it. Couldn't get the form down.
You just gotta shake that one off.
Yeah. I don't count that.
Yeah, you can't count that.
But yeah, other than that, dude, had a great weekend. Happy you guys had a great weekend too. I'll start with the quick story here, then we can just kind of dive in. We were supposed to have a recurring guest on the episode tonight. Shout out the man G Page. Unfortunately, I forgot to tell him what day we were recording, so he showed up yesterday at 7.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it was all on me. Like totally my mistake. We were talking about times, and in his defense, we were recording there for a while on Thursdays.
That's true.
So I completely just forgot to tell him it was Friday. So I was cooking dinner, like talking to him, and I walked out, sat on the couch, and I saw someone parked across the street, but that's normal. People pull over there to text and phone calls and all that stuff. And then he just hit me up. He's like, "You home?" And I was just like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he was like, "I'm here." And in my head, I was like, oh shit.
No.
So he came in. We bullshitted for a while. He'll be back in the summer. So, G, I apologize about that.
Damn.
Very funny, though. Like, honest miscommunication to the max.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Shout out G. I was hoping to ask him. I thought he might come on.
Yeah.
I was hoping to ask him about the financial world collapsing lately. So
Well, he was gonna come today, and then something came up, and he leaves early tomorrow. So I told him, not to worry about it. We'll just
Gotcha, yeah.
reconvene in the summer. But yeah, very good point because he's very informative when it comes to that stuff.
In the financial world, yeah, he could have helped a lot with that understanding.
Yeah, because I mean, it kind of seems like just like banks just aren't doing it right now, or something's going on.
Yeah, but I think they're specific types of bank. Like I don't want to say too much because I have no idea, but it's not like Wells Fargo is fucking failing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Silicon Valley Bank, investing banks. So I don't know. I've been told it's fine. You know, our CEO put out a statement and everything and said, you know, everything's fine basically. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and
It's not like on a right track. You know,
For
the
sure.
financial world's been going down for a while.
And I saw, you know how, which is weird, people can do this, but you know how people can like track jets, like
Yeah.
flights and stuff. I saw the day after last week or whatever it was, one day this weekend, there were scheduled jets of all big company owners and big bank owners all flying to Omaha, Nebraska, which is where Warren Buffett lives. And they had him scheduled like in 30-minute increments and so many at a time. So a lot of people think that company owners, bank owners were flying out there to meet with Warren to get Warren to bail him out. It's like, how much shit does this guy have to own?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck. Seriously.
And there's a big controversy about that. And like, I don't know. I see both
I don't know if
sides.
it's true.
No,
about the
I'm
Warren
talking
part.
about like the buyouts in general. You know what I mean? Because like, just for people that don't know, like you're like per depository whatever account, you're up to like
suppository.
That's right, $250,000, and like so they're buying, our government's basically buying out like all of it, right? And I see the point where like if it was our money, like we'd be fucked, you know, the blue collar people. But it's also like I understand that it would be like a trickle down effect. You know, everybody's fucking worried if they don't get bought out, everyone's gonna go to their fucking bank and pull out their money. Every grandma that has $100,000 in their bank's gonna worry about it. So
Definitely.
I wonder if this shit has to do with like crypto is up this week.
Is it
Did
really?
anyone notice?
I didn't notice.
Like Wednesday night, Bitcoin was up like 7.6%.
My guess
above
is
what it was.
definitely has to do
Right?
with it. For sure.
And like I only hold a very small amount of Bitcoin, but I hold a decent chunk of XRP, and that was up quite a bit.
yeah, I'm sure
So-
people worried about, you know, traditional means of
Yeah, and it's kind of like the piggyback off what you guys are saying, the two-sided argument. It's like, okay, well, if this was any kind of normal corporation, normal small mom and pop, and they went under, the government would never bail them out. But at the other end, it's like, if the government does step in, like we just can't have banks fail. Like you want chaos to ensue, like you can't
Right.
have the banks fail. So there
Yeah,
is that kind of teeter-totter.
people went nuts about fucking toilet paper. Can you imagine
Yeah.
like if they're worried about their money being gone, basically?
Yeah, and dude, we thought we weren't going to have to pay our student loans back. I know it doesn't correlate, but we're definitely going to have to pay that money back.
Yeah, that too.
Most
I'm like,
definitely.
yeah, it's like, can't we do a buyout there? So I don't
So
know.
true.
It's just
So
kind of
trash.
like, I don't, you know, what to think about. I don't owe that much in student loans, so like I'm not fretting about it. Like if we would have our student loans paid off, the thing would have paid all mine off.
Same.
That's how low mine
I'd be
is.
close. Yeah.
So that'd be legit. I guess I feel more for the people that are like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in debt. The shitty thing is like I see where people come from that don't want it to happen. Like I see where they're coming from, but you just sound like an asshole.
Agreed.
And the shitty thing is like when you look at all the like Republicans or even Democrats, whoever, the big people up that are like not for it, and then you look at their history and like the millions of dollars of loan
yeah.
buyouts
Forgiven,
for
yeah.
forgiveness that they've been given. You're like, dude, you had a $2 million loan forgiven,
Yeah.
but
And
you're against some kid having his $25,000 student loan paid off. It's
I
like,
just wish like people it could be like for the betterment. Like look at the betterment of like society effective stuff and not just like, well, I fucking paid this much. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So
Yeah,
like
that's
I understand the argument, but at the same time it's like houses aren't $17 fucking anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Thank
Like it
you.
would help a whole sector of people of the fucking society.
I was talking about this, and I'm going to use this the whole
Holy
episode.
shit, dude. You almost hit us in the face.
I was talking about this earlier this week. It is shocking to me how many people like that you just don't know own a bunch of fucking land around here.
Really?
And it's like, when did you buy that land? You had to have bought it 30 years ago when it was just dirt fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't buy that kind of land now.
No. No, and that's goes back to the whole 1883 1923 premise of the show, to where
I'm sorry, I didn't need to interject because
Yeah.
I don't want to sound stupid here. There was another layer to that I wanted to add. I should have said it's surprising to me how many people there are that I've come across in daily life or work life that are you would consider them just middle class.
Yeah.
Like they have a middle class job, they're not making six figures, but then they tell you, "Oh yeah, I own like a 80-acre farm." And
Yeah,
you're
or
like,
like rentals. And
you're
stuff.
like,
Yeah.
when did how did you pay for that?
and you want to know what's funny is I'm going to be able to be that same person in 30 years where I'm like, I own like an 11-acre farm. My guess would be it was passed down.
It's possible.
That would be my
But
guess.
I also think truly, just like 30, 35 years ago, land was that much cheaper.
Definitely.
And you could buy fucking 50 acres for maybe like 50 grand.
Well, there's a, I think it's called Liberty, West Virginia. I was trying to find it on the map. It kind of seems like it's around the Charleston, Huntington area, just in the woods. There's like a house and 75 acres of land up for like only $200,000.
Wow. Is the house like dilapidated?
No, like you definitely could live in it. There's 2 houses on there, one like old farmhouse and one hunting cabin. And I'm thinking in my head, it's like, dude, if I had money, just buy that land, and then hopefully in 50 years, Sheetz wants to put 7 gas stations there, and then you're good. But yeah, back to the whole like bank thing. It's funny how these people complain about all this stuff when they're the same ones allegedly that are making all this money on insider trading. It's like, how can you bitch that I'm getting $6,000 forgiven when you just made $6,000 the last 3 minutes from these trades that you know about?
Right.
It's just weird.
And it's the same people that, have you seen any of the videos from the TikTok guy that has to like get, so I don't know what it is. It's like Congress.
Yeah.
He's getting like berated in Congress. And I don't know anything about it. Like, I don't know if there's like shady shit going on, probably because there's shady shit going on with every company. But like these congressmen are like yelling at him and asking him questions about how like it works, and they just sound fucking stupid.
They
like,
sound dumb.
It makes our government seem fucking stupid.
Yeah, and it was, I was watching, I saw some memes and stuff, and I guess this guy was kind of just explaining the processes, I guess, of what certain things happen, and supposedly our Congress people just don't understand how the internet even
Well,
works.
because the one guy was like,
which is crazy.
Does it get into your Wi-Fi? And the guy was like, what do you mean by that? He's
Yeah.
like, do you need like data? He's like, yeah, it's like you run on your internet. And he's like, can it get in? Can it go from your Wi-Fi to other places and other applications? And the guy was like, not than anything else. He's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you understand how like it works on your phone.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I see people talk about this, and I guess the argument that it comes down for me is like, okay, we know the United States takes all of our information from anything you sign up with. If you don't believe that, then I don't want to make fun of you, but like, that's just what happens.
Yeah.
I get the fact of the government not wanting China to have all of our information too.
I understand that.
Absolutely.
completely.
I
But
understand
I don't want
that part.
anybody to sell all my fucking information.
Agreed.
It's like, why are we not doing that to every fucking big company?
And it's like, if somebody has my information, I would rather it be the country I live in
100%.
than somebody across the pond. That's just kind of where I look at from all this stuff. Now, do I think that they should ban TikTok? No. But do I think that they should kind of re-engineer it to where China's not getting all of our stuff? Yeah. Like, I don't think that's weird to say. But
No,
also, you look on the
100%.
other end, it's like, I'm sure all these other tech companies here have information from people all over the world. So then you sound like a hypocrite, I guess.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's evident that it's weird. It's very invasive. I like, even so you want to know something I've noticed? Like, for example, like that Mac bids. Have you noticed that like you could be talking about something
Oh, yeah.
or Googling something, then all of a sudden that thing is for sale on Mac bids.
100%.
And you're like, wait, what?
100%. And I'm convinced too that there's also a group of people within MacBids that buy the stuff cheap just to keep reselling them over and over again.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Because I don't understand how they have access to these certain things constantly on a regular basis, unless they're like Dominic Toretto and the boys robbing tractor trailers and getting all this stuff in bulk, because it just doesn't align with understanding how that stuff works for me.
Now, like every time you download an app, you have that choice to say like ask not to track or whatever.
Yeah.
I swear that's just in place
It's just
for
illegal
legality reasons because they're still fucking tracking your data.
Yeah, then why am I getting, the behavioral emails or the behavioral ads?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of fucked, and that's the kind of stuff that makes me want to just take my iPhone and just like throw it in the river.
I know, and I know these last couple weeks we've been talking a lot about like living off the grid and stuff like that. And now, like for example, perfect example, you go down to big cities. I'm using Atlanta because I was just there. A lot of the menus and stuff,
it's QR codes.
You have to have a phone.
Yeah.
So it's like you are kind of removing that older generation from being able to access and do things from a new wave. And I guess I look at it as, I'm sure like my parents, grandparents, they thought the way of living when my mom and dad were alive were so different. But I do think this is probably one of the biggest pivotal times where it's like the old generation really can't do a lot of normal things that they used to do, which is odd.
It's the same thing we've talked about, how I truly believe our youth to now was like the biggest technological advancement period probably the world's ever seen.
Oh, for sure. And
it just happened so fast. The older generation, you can't expect them just to pick all that up. We had the luxury of growing up with it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I fell victim to it today. I had a half day, so I went to Our Lady at $7 to get some fish.
Nice.
And I ordered, sat down, started eating, and then realized that I have $7 in my wallet, and I can't expect a church to take fucking credit cards. And I was like, I'm a fucking idiot.
Right.
So I had to tell them and like go to an ATM and come back.
Oh,
so that was a shame. I felt like an idiot.
But you're a good man for doing that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there'd be a few people that are like,
I tried to leave my license. I was like, you leave collateral, and they're like, you just come back. And I was like, okay.
Well, you guys weren't here when I wanted to talk about this. It was just me and Sith, but like, you guys remember the old fish fry days when we were kids? Like my parents would work the fish fry, and you'd go hang out Friday evening from like 4 to 7 with all your friends, just dicking around the school.
Yeah,
it's like I hope stuff like that still occurs. Is I guess the point I was trying to get to.
I mean, I remember those times very well, vividly, very well.
Very fun.
Bunch of different shit like that.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to be a fish fry. Basically, any like event that the school would host, that the parents were in on.
Just love shit like that. It's like you're going back in time. It's packed in there of older people just sitting down and living life.
It is fun now going back to like the St. Mike's Fest because you see the booths that are set up. You see all the kids. It looks so small. And then in my head, I'm like, dude, this used to be like a massive place when I used to
and it was
run
like
around.
it's like such this like nostalgic, familiar feeling being there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's truly how I felt when we were there.
Dude, I had so much fun when we thought we were gonna break up the stairs. I felt like such a bad boy.
we
like
really thought we have a good time with that. Can you believe how it was there for a period with the fucking rides and stuff? Dude, it got massive.
Dude, it was massive. Like the old Kroger parking lot had the rides, and then they did it to where they were splitting it up, and then they just completely got rid of the rides, which I wonder why. I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know the true reason, but I feel like it was just too much to manage, dude.
Yeah.
There was so much shit going down, dude. I remember there being like fights and stuff.
For sure. People suck.
The crazy youth of Wheeling. And those are public school kids.
Definitely, man. Never would be us Catholic school
Not
folk.
the Catholic boys.
Never. But boys, I'm excited to fucking bowl this weekend.
Yes, me too.
And I am just hoping that it comes back like riding a bike, even though I can't ride a bike, and I'm able to just throw that ball right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Because there's going to be nothing more embarrassing than throwing that first marble rock down and go right in the gut.
Yeah, I don't care.
Should we bumper bowl?
I think we should, because I'm absolutely going to get hit a gutter ball because I wasn't very good back then even. So I remember as a young lad, I was not a very good bowler.
I'm excited. It's like I was
excited.
saying before we started the episode, I think it's literally been since 2016 that I've done regular bowling. I've done some duck pin bowling here and there over the years. Small ball.
It's definitely been that long for me since I've been in a bowling alley.
Mhm.
For some reason, I feel like I went to St. Clairsville, the lanes, within these last couple years, maybe for a work thing, but that's such like a vivid, I can't pinpoint it, so I don't know. But I'm so pumped. Put some bowling shoes on. Get fucking after.
I'm excited, and it's like when we walked in there to like schedule it and everything, I was already getting like nostalgic vibes just being in there. But I have to say, R.I.P. Elm Grove Lanes, because I really
RIP.
wish the party was there.
Yeah. We were, it's funny. Me, my dad, and JT were talking about Foggy Bottom last week or so. Like how much an incredible chunk of area that was to be a youth, like growing up.
Can you imagine laser tag at 27 years old?
Yeah.
That'd be
I'm
sick.
truly just sad that like my kids aren't gonna have a place like that, dude. Like I can just remember like 7th, 8th grade, even into like freshman year, sophomore year. Fuck, maybe even a little younger than 7th and 8th grade, like just getting dropped off there.
Yeah. Dude.
And then you had Foggy Bottom, you had the baseball field, and then the lanes, and it was like just a cool little corner of the town
You remember
for the youth.
they would do for Halloween, like
oh,
the haunted
that was
stuff?
a huge deal too.
Shit was awesome.
That was a
bro.
big deal.
Dude, I held one of my first hands in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know me, bro. Pull an ass.
I
in
think
the
I had
fucking haunted
I think
house.
I got the first my first lap sit at Foggy Bottom.
Sheesh,
First
dog.
time I had a girl sit on my lap, I was like, "Fuck,
You're like, I love this.
this is sick."
Remember the Foggy Bottom drink though?
Yeah,
That's what we were talking
exactly. It was
No, I don't
it
know
was
what that
ice. It was a slushy with ice cream poured into it.
Huh.
about. You don't remember this?
Never got one of them.
Oh man,
Dude. Yeah, they were tight. You get the blue one, you get them in red. I always went blue. Like that was just remember there was the baseball batting cages were in there. We'd go there as teams.
I talk about the batting cages all the time because the only other one I knew was in St. Clairsville. They tore that whole place down too. It was like the batting cages in mini golf, kind of by like Kirk's Ice Cream.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking
That's
about.
gone too. I would, dude, if there's batting cages around, I swear to God, I'd go every fucking weekend.
Yeah. There is in the Y now, I think. They
Like
have
with the automatic machines.
they have like a blow up thing. I don't know what it looks like inside. What
I haven't been to the Y in a fucking hot minute. Can't even tell, like, before high school.
Oh, dude, I haven't been in there in a while. And dude, I remember, practice. It would rain, and they'd be like, "All right, we're going to the Foggy Bottom."
Yeah,
to hit
the
batting
cages, yeah.
It's like that's so funny to think we used to practice there when we were kids.
Best Foggy Bottom memories for me, dude. Like, I picture it right now. You walk into the arcade side out of the like little bar side game to the far left, right next to the entry doorway to the batting cages, was the Speed Racer driving game.
Yep.
I swear to you, one day I will have that game in my fucking basement.
Fuck
I
yeah.
promise you.
We were just talking about this the other day, like the Mega Touch machines that were at bars, like on the corner of the bar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna own one of those because, like, my dad had a friend that owned a bar when I was little, and on Saturdays, like, he would do stuff there and I would go and like play the Monster Mash game all day, like for 2 hours.
My favorite, you're talking about like the little
screen
that sat on the corner of a bar.
Yeah.
My favorite one was the game where it would give you two pictures and you'd have to see what the difference
differences
was
game,
between
yeah.
them. I
was a
love
good
that
one.
one, dude.
Dude, I wonder how much money how much money you make in those gaming machines for kids. Like, I would like to talk to somebody that made their money in arcades. If anybody's listening and you own an arcade, I'd love to have you on.
There's a couple in Wheeling. Like, there's a couple businesses that do that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they probably do like machines too, or now, but
Yeah.
that have had like the arcade games.
Yeah, because I'm sure Tilt in the mall makes a killing.
Probably.
Well,
There's
now-
usually a good crowd in there.
Yeah.
Like the White Palace, they're doing all those renovations. I think the games are gone.
Just
right?
gone.
Yeah.
That's I don't
What?
know. I don't know
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know if that was the plan or not, but
So are they redoing that whole thing?
I
The
think.
upstairs, I believe.
Yeah.
Damn, interesting.
Been like a deck, apparently, like a deck in a little restaurant or something. I don't know.
You should
think
put a bar there.
they're putting a Starbucks in the bottom floor.
Oh,
aren't they?
really?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, rumor has it the Bucks that was supposed to go over here is not happening anymore.
And it's going.
Really?
I wonder if-
Yeah.
I mean, that fucking makes sense, but
Yeah, I'm hoping they still do some kind of retail. I mean, that chunk right there is just such a wasted space. That is the location to put another bar. My dad said there used to be bars there when he was growing up. I mean, I guess you could put retail stuff there, but I'd rather have something,
Like at Hardee's.
Are you
Or-
talking the Asian buffet?
yeah, sorry,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
the buffet, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we're at the age where like I'd rather have a bar there, obviously, but that'd be sweet to have more options. Like,
Yeah.
be able to go to the
Even
hole
just
and
a nice sit-down restaurant that
Right.
you could drink at.
oh, dude, I had it all laid out. Like, if I had money, I knew exactly what I was going to do at that building.
Do you remember the restaurant that was there before the Asian buffet? It was called Boots.
Yeah, you
Anyone
used,
remember
Yeah.
that?
you used to be able to throw peanuts
Yeah.
on it.
rarely,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
I was young.
Yeah,
but
so was I was real young, but
they
I-
would dance.
Yeah,
like,
they
so often or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that was tight. But yeah, no, dude, that was the perfect building to put axe throwing in with a bar.
Yeah.
You cut out some of that parking lot on either one side, outdoor seating. You could have an outdoor bar area there. Like, I don't know. I guess I agree. I'm probably on the older spectrum, so I would rather have that stuff.
I mean, we went to one in Ferry. Like, if it could work in fucking Ferry, you'd think it would work here.
Dude, yeah, and it's so cool. Like, yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I
Probably
think
be a smoke shop.
probably.
Gumbies, right?
I
on
think
the
I
others.
think that's another one of those properties that kind of needs like work, like just the not even just the building, like the existing property, because it's prone to like flooding and stuff.
Yeah.
So
My guess is whoever actually does something with that, they're gonna have to knock that whole building
I
down
assume so.
and probably build something up a little bit, kind of like a beachy-esque vibe where it's off the ground, because that area is prone to flooding. And speaking of flooding, last night I was worried that my
I was
basement
too.
I was like sitting on the couch. I'm like, it hasn't rained this hard since the last one. And I just kept like walking downstairs, peeking my head, walking back up. Because that is such a traumatic experience.
Yeah, dude, that's bullshit.
As soon as I woke up this morning, that was the first thing I did. I was like, am I about to walk downstairs to just shitty stuff on the floor? Thank God it didn't happen. But yeah, that rain was wicked.
It got wicked there for a while.
And
It
I
did.
think we're in flood watch till Saturday.
Well, I could tell you, I saw the creek was moving.
Yeah.
It was moving pretty good.
And guess what? Idiot walked to the Y instead of driving.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was bad. It was raining hard.
Oh,
Shit.
last night?
Yeah.
Damn, did you run back?
No, still
Yeah.
didn't run. Should have, but I didn't.
Yeah. Dude, here's a good argument. So when it's raining outside, do you walk into the establishment or do you run? Because my feeling is if you run, you're going to get more wet. And I don't know if that science works out.
I swear, which you wouldn't think it makes sense, but I swear MythBusters said that it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It depends on the strength of the rain for me.
Okay.
Most of the time, I'm the guy. It's like I'm not running, but if it's
Same.
like
Yeah,
pouring,
right.
I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, it's like, dude, this is going to be my one run for the next
We
3
should
months.
I should probably just keep a fucking umbrella in my car, like smart women do. But
Yeah, I don't have one in my car.
I've never used an umbrella once in my life. I don't think I can. Something about it. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I feel it. You get struck by lightning with that umbrella.
And there's nothing worse when you have an umbrella and it's windy and the thing blows and goes
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
this.
feel like you just look like a huge weed.
You look like
Oh, yeah.
such a huge weenie if that happens. bro.
Absolutely.
So,
I have something here.
let's do it.
It's a sad moment for our childhoods.
Oh no.
Let me read you the title of the article here. Let me find it.
Is it what I think it is?
Probably.
It might be my not back. Or wait.
Apparently today they aired the very last episode of the Pokemon anime, the mainline anime. So like Ash, it was Ash's goodbye as a character.
Wow, that's crazy.
way.
I did not know that.
So
Damn.
end
that's
of a
sad.
fucking era.
What? So they bringing in a new
I think
trainer?
they're gonna start a new anime. Yeah, focused on a different character.
Damn.
I had it on my list. I don't know if I talked about it in the past because it's been so long, but I read like a couple weeks ago that DatPiff is not on the internet anymore. It
No
was
way.
Supposedly going to be not on the internet anymore. So I don't know.
That's not good.
That's
was-
just as sad.
Yeah,
That is because
was almost my
that
not
Piff
pick.
has very classic mixtapes still like archived on there.
do they?
Where
Yeah.
else would you get it from?
Right.
So would you rather? I guess I would. I don't know. Would you rather have lived in our era where you had to wait, download the mixtape, burn CDs, or would you rather it be like now where you just have every song at the click of a button?
No. First of all, you can't really compare because a lot of those mixtapes couldn't be on Spotify because mixtapes you
True.
put out for free, so you don't have to get like the samples cleared and everything to make money off of it. Whereas like an album, if you're putting it on a service for money, like you have to make sure all your ducks in a row, you didn't steal any samples or anything.
I guess as an artist, then, so what? The idea of making a mixtape would be to put that music out to try to sell tours to make money.
Yeah, like
Or become known.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what on the come up you're doing.
basically, yeah, both of those things. Like you're putting out free music just to promote yourself, get your name out there more and more. But yes, ultimately that leads to people wanting to come see you on tour,
That makes
which
sense.
then ultimately leads to people liking your shit so much that they'll pay for an album. You know what I mean?
True.
It's all just promotion.
True. Yeah, I saw people were ecstatic at the price of the Drake and 21 Savage tickets.
How much?
The cheapest one I found on an app so far, I think, was $320.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then I'm sitting here doing like, dude, is it fucking worth it though?
When is
bro?
Ticketmaster gonna go down, dude?
I don't know.
Hopefully soon.
I love everybody just attacks Ticketmaster now because it is trash.
They've been trashed for a long time. Long time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would like to see Drake before he kind of sails off into the sun, but I don't know if it's worth that much money to go see him.
Yeah. See, I've seen Drake, so
I almost it's this weekend, so I couldn't go. But John Mayer was in Cleveland this weekend.
oh really?
I considered going. Yeah.
I got a few coworkers going.
Really?
Yeah, they were talking about it when we were up there. Everybody was waiting on the computer in the office to get the John Mayer ticket.
I was
That'd be
I
cool.
was randomly looking. Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Is it just him or is he with the Dead?
I think it's
just
I
him.
think it's him actually, which I don't know how long it's been since he's gone on tour to perform his own songs. He's toured with the Grateful Dead for fucking years.
Which I never knew till
Yeah.
this year. Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
he's a sick ass guitarist.
That's so fucking cool.
he's so good.
I
It'd just
love
be
John
so
Mayer.
talented where you just have one whole career by yourself and then you're just like, I'm just gonna do this. And then
Yeah.
he just tours with the Dead.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
He's tight.
He is tight. But I'm trying to think. I got dude, I saw the Pirates, massive deal. Potato Pete's back.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
I saw you were hype about this. I figured we'd give him some flowers here.
Yeah, real quick, back and not back. That is my back. Is Potato Pete. Can't
Nice.
wait to have the pro races again. And not back is Human Intelligence this week. Did you see the average IQ scores have gone down?
I saw that.
for the first
I
time
did
in like
see
100
that.
years.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we're
dude.
getting more stupid,
Things are
which makes a lot of sense.
makes a lot of sense. Things are changing. I saw for the first time in history, women are now binge drinking more than men for the first time ever.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
That's even
That's
much
kind of
shocking.
scary.
It's scary to me because, like, whether people want to admit it or not, women are the backbone of this country. And if those bitches are out there drinking all the time, what's going to happen?
We gotta get it together here, this fucking country.
We do got to get
We
it
need to start
together.
binge drinking more
Yeah.
as men.
Yeah. Dude, I'm hoping that feeling, like, I don't even get the excitement to drink anymore. My excitement comes from being to hang out with everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But like I used to just be like, dude, it's time to go fucking
Yeah,
drink.
let's get
Like,
wasted. Yeah, no, I agree. My excitement more these days is on the social aspect of the night
yeah.
versus the drinking part of it.
But yeah, so women out here, booze bags. These chicks are booze bags, bro. It's crazy.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, and then here's a this is just a funny. I don't know how we'll get here. Did you know almost every hand you've shaken has had a dick in it? Saw that on the internet. Thought about it. It's very true.
It is
Yeah,
very
it
true.
is.
I wouldn't have just thought of that unless you said so. Yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
So imagine how many dicks we've touched in our life.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah. I know. It's eye opening.
It is eye opening.
And then go back on governments here. I don't think this will ever happen, but they reintroduced the bill for the 4-day work week.
Yeah, saw that.
Wow, how's that doing?
Probably not good. They're probably complaining about it, but I mean,
It's all about money, you fucking assholes.
exactly. I mean, again,
Even though it's been proven time and time again that the 4-day work week wouldn't affect profits. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Like the amount of money. Yeah, because the idea is they've done several like studies on this.
some
And then-
countries do it.
and
now.
Germany is big on
I
it.
think Japan might be.
And
in
like
now,
they
too.
reported no like loss And they said, if anything, their employees were more motivated to get their work done in a 4-day span.
I mean, I know me personally, I would rather work for 10 to 12 days, 10 to 12 hours rather, Monday through Thursday, knowing I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. I can almost guarantee my work efforts will rise.
Yeah. Or even like a half a day. Like I had a half a on Fridays. Like I had a half a day today. It was awesome.
Yeah,
And I was
That's true.
productive
Yeah.
still. You know what I mean? You go in there for a couple hours.
but
and
I think Germany's model, they didn't change the amount of time you work a day to still hit 40 hours.
Oh, wow.
They just cut out the fucking day. Period.
Yeah, I mean,
So
if Chick-fil-A can make so much money with not being open on Sunday, every other company as well can do that. It's just a matter of like the CEO might not get paid $50 million a year. Like they need $50 million a year.
Yeah.
Make it like 40. Like
yeah,
I'm like, oh yeah, what's the difference of 12 mil? When you make that much money or 10, what is the difference?
the thing is,
10
like, some industry won't allow to go to a 4-day work
And you
week.
can't. Like healthcare.
Healthcare,
Probably me. Banking. Like I wouldn't be able to.
healthcare, banking is a good example. I think honestly, the construction industry, like,
But again, then just have like a shortened Friday or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just cut off
or have
processing on
have
Friday.
your business model be to where you have enough employees that you have a set of employees that works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then you have a set of employees that works Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
There you go. We just
We
solved it. And two, to agree with what both of you are saying, we need those people to work those days. Hey, maybe pay them a little more.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, maybe not give them $7 an hour. Maybe raise that puppy up a little bit. I
Feel
don't
it.
know. But and then I saw. Well, have you guys been watching any March Madness? This turn, I know the Mounties got bounced round one, but the upsets this tourney's been awesome.
Yeah, it has been awesome. Unfortunately, I've been so mad about the Mountaineers, I just didn't watch another game.
I haven't watched anything since opening weekend.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Last night I made like $300 on
Wow.
the games, which
Damn,
is tight.
fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know it was
Yeah,
tight.
you're paying for drinks tomorrow.
Yeah, K-State was balling last night. That K-State Michigan State game was like an instant classic March Madness game. And you know,
I knew that was going to be a good game, a
and
good
it's funny.
matchup.
It's crazy they were picked to finish last in the Big 12, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But and then I saw the Big 12 is doing a collab with Rucker Park, and starting in 2024, they're going to be running exhibition games at Rucker Park.
Wow.
Which will be sick. They try to bring awareness to the Big 12 and like that New York area. Because there's that kid that plays for K-State, number 34, who never played basketball in high school, just played at Rucker Park across the street, went to junior college for 1 year, and now is like one of the best players on K-State.
Yeah.
It's like you really don't. I mean, I'm sure there's so many stories of guys and gals that play hoops in those type of places that are probably better than a lot of the people playing.
Yeah, they used to always say that.
Yeah.
They used to say probably some of the best basketball players ever played were never playing in the NBA.
Which
They were
is
just guys
crazy.
playing on the street.
Like those and one mix guys, the dribbles, the
Yeah.
handles. It's like you
Yeah.
learn that from playing against dogs.
Yep.
And slam ball is back.
No way.
Slam ball after 20
Officially?
years is officially back. A 6-week run. I can't remember how many teams there are, and I'm so excited. for this.
Dude, that was one of the things. I wanted to play slam ball so badly growing up. Like,
Yeah.
I want to get on that course so badly. Court, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
Is it the same setup? What was it? Wasn't it like an actual basketball court in the middle?
Yeah,
But
basketball
then when
court
you
in the
got
middle.
to closer to the hoops, there was trampolines.
Yeah, I
all
think
around.
there's like 2 trampolines on this side, 1 massive one in the middle, 2 on the other side, and it's nothing better watching some dude jump from the 3-point line to try to dunk
And it's
the ball.
just insane.
It's insane, and I'm so excited that it's back
Yeah.
because why not?
Why not?
Fuck it.
You got to give the people what they
You
want.
gotta give the people what they want.
I'm excited. I'll watch that. Is it going to be on the Ocho?
I don't know, dude. Hopefully it's on a channel that like people can actually watch it, so the ratings skyrocket, so we can
Yeah.
get it. Banging.
Yeah. That was cracking me up that day we were at the hole and the Ocho was on and it was rock skipping.
Yeah.
No way. That's sick.
Oh, dude, we were dialed in. We were
Yeah,
like,
we
this
were
is crazy
dialed
right
in.
now.
Did you bet on it? That'd be sweet.
I'm sure down the road somebody will be able to bet on it. You know, because I was even thinking like, You ever watch those guys play cornhole on ESPN?
Oh, they're unbelievable.
Where they're just automatic.
They just don't fucking miss.
Why can't we bet on that?
Yeah.
It's true.
Be fun.
You're supposedly now going to be allowed to bet on fucking WWE, which is scripted.
See,
How is
that's
that gonna work?
That's what everyone was talking about this past weekend. Everyone was saying it's getting passed that you're going to be able to bet on WWE.
Wait, it's scripted?
Wasn't there supposedly like a website that like had the leaks?
Multiple websites.
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw any names under the bus here, but there's a kid growing up that like legitimately tried to convince everybody that he was like predicting the match outcomes every week. And I'm just like, I know you're going on the website and looking up the winners.
What's his initials?
Can't I? Too much?
I know
You'll
who
give it
knows
away.
that,
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But yeah, so I'm just actually that kind of puzzles me. Trying to just understand how that will even
I think
work.
they will have to change it. They won't be able to leak anything. You know what I mean?
So will they actually finally really be beating the shit out of each other then? You gotta
No, I think it'll still be scripted. It'll just the understanding is like it's just between the two wrestlers and the writer.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be a disaster.
It will be.
Because you're gonna have the staff, the ladder guy
that's
who's
what I
gonna
mean.
fucking
I'm just gonna have to
make a
get it. We're just
fortune.
gonna have to get a guy.
So I
Man,
said,
yeah.
I think I could see lots of lawsuits happening over betting on WWE.
Yeah, I mean it can't be any different than insider trading.
You should be able to bet on TV shows then. That'd be
That'd
electric.
be sick.
Sunday night HBO and you're betting.
Yeah, who's
What's
dying?
gonna happen?
Who's
Yeah.
dying in this Thrones episode this week?
Dude, I think it'd be sick if you could bet on game shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like sit there and bet. on-
whammy.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. You lose your ass on
Who's
Whammy.
gonna win? You could bet on like Jeopardy games.
Yeah,
Be
that
fun.
would be nice.
So did we use all your back and not backs this week already?
Yeah, but that's all good. What about love and hate? You guys hate anything? Because I've compiled quite the list over the last 2 weeks.
Go ahead, go off, King.
What I love is Reddit. If you can't find anything on the internet, just go to Reddit. It's
Yeah.
on there. So shout out Reddit. For hate, I hate Hasbulla. I'm tired of his shit. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Might be controversial. I fucking
Oh
hate it.
no, that's controversial.
We're getting the red carpet out. He just punches adults in his face all the time. I can't stand Hasbulla.
Yeah.
Everyone that blurs out their license plates when you're selling cars, why do we do that?
That is true.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, what? Why does that even matter? I don't know. But dude, hold on. You can't
Paranoid people.
You can't just jump past Hasbulla, dude. This is the first time he's been in the USA.
Yeah, and I'm sick of it.
What the fuck? Dude, what Hasbulla do to you, man?
What does he do? He's just
He's just a 19-year-old.
He's
Okay,
just a little
so
guy.
Here's a crazy fact
who
that I
punches famous people in their face.
learned. That's true. Here's a crazy fact that I learned. I guess, and I'm going to say his first name wrong. The soccer community is going to get me. Lionel Messi.
One of them.
Lionel. Oh,
Messi. He had that same exact disease that Hasbulla had.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
And he was able to
took
get
steroids.
the treatment early on, and Hasbulla didn't have access to it.
Oh no.
So to think that Messi had that, got the treatment, became one of the greatest
The goats in the biggest sport
yeah,
in the world.
it
Yeah.
makes you think. What could Hasbulla
Where
have done?
would
Yeah,
Hasbulla
where would
been?
Hasbulla be?
What's the disease?
I can look it up if you give me a sec.
I'm not sure.
Is it Benjamin Button's disease? Or that's the opposite,
That's
right?
age, right? I think. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Benjamin Button disease is a kind of a fascinating phenomenon.
That's not real, is it? That's not a real disease.
I don't
That's
know.
just a
I just knew the
movie, right?
movie. Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, movies are real, bro. It's according to Dr. Karan Hasbulla. This is sus.
Okay.
and his what? And his arch enemy Abdul Rozek suffers from growth hormone deficiency, a genetic disorder that occurs when the brain's pituitary gland, responsible for producing most hormones, can't produce growth hormone.
So I bet the treatment's just getting
Steroids.
HGH
Just
shots.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which like one is kind of like a sad thing to me because like it bums me out that there's people that can't get access to that. But two, it's like obviously he made the right decision. He's one of, like anybody really on the face of this earth probably knows who Hasbulla is just because of what he looks like.
Mhm.
Would you let him punch you in the face? Better question. If Hasbulla punched you in the face, would you fight back?
Did you punch him back?
No, you can't do that. Well, I mean, there's an argument.
He's 19.
He's 19. No, you can't do that.
I agree.
'Cause I'd be angry.
Alright.
So moving on the
If
hate list.
this is if like a fucking 13-year-old
Giant.
giant punched you in the face, would you punch him back, even though you could possibly get in
I
trouble?
like this. Flip the script a little bit.
That's a good question.
I'd fucking punch him right in the face.
Oh, same
If
here.
he's bigger than me, I don't care
was
how
gonna
old
say,
he is.
If he's bigger than me and like went through if he's got a mustache, one of those little
Yeah.
fucking
That's where you
stupid
yeah.
stashes,
I am 13.
I would fucking knock his ass out.
Yeah, facts. That's facts.
I am 12.
That's it. 12. Couldn't remember the number. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, and what else do I have here? Cars that you have to turn your lights on. I forget to turn my lights on 27% of the time.
That's very.
I get flashed all the
exact
time.
Number 27% of the time.
But it's
That's
a
a
lot.
high stat.
It is.
That's a
It's-
high stat.
You get flashed a
'Cause I'm an
lot.
idiot.
At
I do.
night.
Yeah, I do.
Humble brag.
Does yours not have the auto setting?
No,
Yeah.
it's a button.
I don't use the auto setting. I'm conditioned in
Oh,
my
really?
brain just to turn them on and off myself. And I have people always say to me, "Why don't you just leave it on auto?" I'm like, "That's just not how I do things."
I don't have the auto setting, but my truck is nice where, like before on older cars, if you didn't turn your lights on, they just wouldn't shut off.
Mhm.
But my truck, if I have my lights on and turn my truck off,
It
they
turns
shut
it
off
off
even if I
automatically.
don't switch it.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like kind of not a big deal. But I guess I get what you're saying. It should be something that's front of mind, but really isn't.
Yeah, when you're in like a lit area, like I did it at Sheets one night. And in that area, is like you're bound to get pulled over if you. Do
I
shit
thought
like
you meant
that.
like a lit ass area.
I
like
actually
a
have
rave.
I actually have a kind of a funny story about doing the same exact thing. When I newly had my license, so I was 16, and I was driving up National Road at night. It was probably like 8:30 at night or whatever in the summer. It was me and PJ Ratcliffe. He's in the passenger, and I see out my rear view. I'm like, it's a cop. So I'm driving this lane, and I see this cop coming up. Up the lane beside me, and I'm like, oh, I'm watching my speed. And I'm like, all of a sudden, the cop gets up beside me, and then for like another little bit, they're just driving right beside me, and I'm like, not looking over. And then I look over, and I see the cop driving the car's like, tell me to put my window down, and I'm like, oh God. So I put my window down, and they're like, hey, your headlights aren't on. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh man.
Thank you. I turned them on, and then they just like laughed and went off.
Back in
front
the
of me.
day. Back in the day when they were out here trying to help people.
I was like,
Sorry, that was
fuck,
me
they
to
could
say.
easily
Yeah,
gave me a
I
ticket.
had a funny story too. Leaving, we were in Charlotte at the race, and
Okay.
someone lost their keys, which can happen at a NASCAR race, and like all the passengers were fucking shit canned. And it was like a 30-minute fucking drive back to our Airbnb. So somebody else was driving a guy's car that didn't know and didn't turn the lights on. So we were stopped by like a security guy, and I've never seen so many fucking cops in one area in my life. So I'm like already a little nervous, like have to drive 30 minutes back. And he's giving us all this shit, and my friend was like, dude, I'm just trying to fucking drive back to the hotel. Like, what the fuck is the issue? And the guy's like, yeah, you might want to turn your fucking lights on, buddy. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was a shame.
Oh God.
But it ended up okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Everything worked out.
yeah, worked out. Thank God. You weren't in the clink.
And then going forward, adults that make videos crying when they see the Disney castle for the first time, or for the first time
That's
since COVID.
lame.
People do that?
All the time. It pisses me off.
So weird.
It's like I haven't been here since COVID, and they're crying. Adults are crying.
Dude. Oh.
That's fucking.
I haven't
lame.
been here in 3 years. I'm so privileged.
Yeah. And that's
It's like, okay, dude.
I probably go to Disney once every like 10, so
Yeah.
normal.
I've been there once when I was 7, and I'm gonna cry once I go back. And the last one I have is that every like big hit in hockey now you have to like fight afterwards.
Yeah.
Which I think is.
Can we
fucking
talk about that?
It's
I
ridiculous.
hate that.
I'm going to pee.
I hate it too.
I fucking hate that. And it's been that way for I'd say at least the last 5 years in the league now.
Yeah, and it's like there's no fighters, quote unquote, anymore. There's what, like 3 in the whole league. So you
Yeah.
just have people that like, what are you doing?
I agree. I don't understand that. It used to be like, okay, I guess somebody lays a big hit on like one of your star players, whatever.
Yeah,
but
or
now
you
it's
take
like anyone.
liberties. If I understand if it's a cheap shot,
Yeah.
but it's literally every big hit.
Every
They're
big
clean
hit,
hits.
whether it's clean as a fucking whistle, someone's coming after you.
And then it's double sided because they don't want to let anybody fight like when you're supposed to fight, no one's like they're allowed to fight. The linesmen always jump in, especially in the ECHL. People buy tickets to see fucking fights. Stop breaking up fucking fights.
Yeah.
It drives me insane.
Yeah. I'm with you 100% there.
Like Fleury wanted to fight a couple weeks ago.
I know.
They wouldn't let him fight.
They wouldn't let him
Why
go.
are you not letting him fight?
Just let him go. It's what the people want to see.
Gotta get the people with the wall.
Did you see he was mic'd up
Yeah,
for that?
that's great.
He even was saying
Yeah.
that. He's like, yeah, get the crowd going, you know?
He's like, come on.
Well, so since we are getting close to the time, how are the Pens doing? Like, is it a playoff run? Like,
Pens
what-
are in a playoff
They're
spot.
not very good. They're not very good. They're very inconsistent. They have so many fucking issues, but they're winning enough games where they might get in.
I base all of my hockey knowledge off your tweets.
They're
I
currently
do.
they're currently in the last wild card spot, but the team behind them, they only have one more point then. Same amount of games played. So it's a very close race, and let's
How
see.
many more games, weeks?
I think
do we
there's
have?
9 more
12,
games.
I think something like that.
It's not a
Something
lot.
like that. Not a lot. We are like
And-
getting there.
And they lost a real tough one last night. They
yeah.
played really well. They just lost.
Would have been
to a good team.
a huge win.
But
point-
now their
points-wise.
goalie's hurt for like the 9th fucking
Yeah.
time this year,
So now our starting goalie's out again,
and he was stunk anyway.
Fucking-
Yeah.
Dude, call up the Naylor goalie.
and
Let's see what he got.
four of their 6 starting defensemen are injured.
Damn, that's tough.
And
When half the team is not very good, and then you
Yeah.
throw injuries on top of it, it's not a good situation.
so they might make the playoffs, they might not. That's truly up in the air right now.
That's why we play the
They
game.
gotta fucking win some games here.
But what I'm getting
Another big game tomorrow night.
But I'm getting very tired at this narrative that the Penguins are like they're all washed up and they
Yeah.
might as well sell everybody now.
I'm sick of that.
That is not the truth.
it's not
And
the
These
case.
national writers are all writing about the Penguins and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
It's just a poorly constructed roster around the core.
And they're because the core is still playing very, very
Dude,
well.
Crosby's putting the team on his fucking back.
Dude, I saw his sick goal against the
Oh my
Avs,
God.
I think. I watched it like 7 times
It
in a
was
row.
sick.
I couldn't stop watching.
He
it.
shot a puck on his backhand almost 70 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's insane.
That goal brought back, like, that is when I think of Sidney Crosby, I think of goals like
yeah,
that.
that was a vintage Sid goal.
Like, I can think of one he did against the Islanders. I think he did it one year against the Caps in like a game 5 or so. Like, that is just the epitome of Sidney Crosby, that style goal.
Yeah.
When I think of him,
When they build a statue of him, it's either going to be him on his backhand or him on one leg, one
Yeah.
knee,
yeah,
one of them.
yeah, I hope it's the one knee thing. I
too.
I
There's-
fucking
there's
love
nothing
when he
better,
does
yeah.
that.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, truly poorly constructed roster, and we had every opportunity at the trade deadline to fix some of those mistakes, and we didn't address any
And
of
2
them.
years, like we lost 2 or 3 years because of the goalie, and you've had 2 years to get a goalie.
Yeah,
to
and we
at least
haven't.
back up, and we haven't.
We
done
haven't
that either.
addressed the goalie situation. The team was already old, and we got older at the trade deadline. You know, it's just the GM needs fucking fired, plain and simple.
So to me, it just being an outsider, it kind of seems like because I'm a massive fan, as you can tell, we are under a lot of heat for this playoff run. Because I feel like if they don't make the playoffs, then you're going to have a lot of those fans that you guys are talking about wanting to just blow up the whole team.
Yeah.
And again, that's just
I'd
an
say that's
unbiased
fair.
sports opinion, just because like that's just kind of normal.
The thing that people forget, the Penguins have right now in major sports the longest playoff streak out of any team. It's
That's pretty cool.
It's crazy. And so in turn, like a lot of Penguins fans, especially like younger Pens fans that have only known the Sidney Crosby era, are like spoiled.
Yeah.
So like
guilty.
they're losing their fucking shit, thinking like this might be the first time we see him miss the fucking playoffs.
When you go years of having Rico fucking Fata play and
Yeah.
whoever else on the team,
So
just hoping that they would win a couple games.
I want them to make the playoff. I have some people. There's a lot of people on the internet. They're like, "Don't give a fuck at this point." They're like, "We're not gonna make it. Might as well just look forward to the off season. Even if we do make it, we're gonna lose round 1."
Which that opinion blows.
Like
cock.
even so, even if we do make it and lose round 1, I don't give a fuck. I want to make it because you fucking never know what happens. You want to know what happened a couple years ago? The fucking Tampa Bay Lightning, who fucking set all the regular season records at the time, was the favorite to win the cup. They got fucking swept round 1 against the 8th seed.
It's
Yeah,
just
anything can happen.
it's just such an image thing. Like they need to win one fucking playoff series.
Yeah,
Whether it's this year or
absolutely.
next year, they need to.
Keep it on sports. Anybody tune in for the World Baseball Classic?
Dude, I didn't watch any of it. I
Me
saw
either.
some highlights, and I'm like disappointed that I didn't because
It looked
it's
electric.
always an exciting time. I've watched some John Boy breakdowns.
Yeah. I watched a few innings. There's a very big mixed crowd on the internet about this because I guess a few like big MLB players got hurt and they're like complaining about it. But then on the other spectrum, just because it's not big in America, like it's no different when we send our soccer team to play places and these guys get hurt.
Right.
So I don't know. Just didn't know if we had
The
opinions
one dude
on
got fucking hurt celebrating.
Diaz,
Yeah.
yeah. He's huge.
And
Yeah, he's
we-
a big time player.
We came in second. We lost to Japan, so we were in the championship game.
No, it's cool. Anything like that's cool, and that's why like the hockey community is kind of on the NHL's ass too. It's like, why are we not doing that? Like we did it, the World or what was it called?
It got pushed. They brought back the World Cup of hockey.
Yeah, that's what it was. They did it for like 1 year, right?
it-
1 or 2 years.
They did it they did it in 2016. They canceled it in 2020 because
Yeah.
of COVID. Well, now it's supposed to be in 2024, and I think I read that they pushed it to 2025.
It's so trash.
So they keep pushing it. People are getting really pissed. First of all, talking about like representing your country type things, so like World Cups, Olympics, and stuff for hockey. They took the NHL players out of the Olympics, right? That was what?
Do you believe in miracles?
That was 2 Winter Olympics ago, right?
Right.
They said NHL players can't play. Well, then this past Winter Olympics, they're like, okay, NHL players can play again. Well, then the NHL didn't let any of their players go because of COVID.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
that's 2 Winter Olympics in a row that the NHL players haven't got to represent their country, and they want to play in that. The players want to play in
It
that.
sucks. Like people like Crosby might not
Exactly.
ever play.
So
again
we've
in it.
been robbed of 2 more times of getting to see some of these great players represent their countries. And big hockey fans, let's face it, they want to see fucking Crosby and McDavid play together.
Yeah.
They want to see them play on the same fucking team.
I just don't understand the thought process.
McKinnon.
Because anybody that likes sports and wants to grow the game in anything, the best way to do that is to unite countries and to get
Well,
bring awareness.
it's money. It's because that's owned
Why?
by that's owned by somebody else, and you can't even like the NHL can't even show fucking highlights from it.
Yeah, that's trash.
Yeah.
They can't sell jerseys, and so they're not. They feel like they're not getting
They feel like
anything out
they
of
lose
it,
a week.
and they're like risking like Diaz, or whatever the fuck his name
Edwin,
is,
yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Edwin Diaz.
getting hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. It's a money thing, just like everything else.
Sucks, dude. It sucks because anything you say, like that's what you always hesitate to say anything because in the back of your head, any scenario or situation that doesn't happen, it's because of money.
Yeah.
It's like, this is trash. I
Yeah.
know the reason why,
Right.
but why? I don't want it to be that way.
100%.
Shout out to the 13-year-old kid that saved his entire school bus. So the school bus driver had a heart attack
Oh yeah, I did.
while
see
he
that.
was driving, and a 13-year-old kid kind of ran up and like steered and like them to safety. So shout out that kid. I have one more thing here, but it's not really aligning with kind of what we were talking about, so I may just kind of save it because I don't know if I don't feel like putting my tinfoil hat on in the 58th minute.
All right. That's fair. Just save it. Just
I'll
shelve
save
it.
for next week. But do you guys have anything else?
I don't
No,
think so.
my one thing was Ash.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Well, not R.I.P., but goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye, Ash. Trying to think if I've watched. Oh, I bought Cocaine Bear and watched it.
How was it?
It one of those good, funny, fun movies.
Yeah.
Like nothing crazy. It's just like crazy concept that a real life scenario like that happened. Now, of course, the movie's a little different, but like I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Shout out Elizabeth Banks. She was the director. I love her.
She's great.
Finished season 1 of Your Honor. Bryan Cranston's incredible. I don't know if you guys have Showtime. All of us would like the show. It's a great show. And then, yeah, I don't think I've watched anything else crazy thus far.
Mm-mm.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Juice Fisherman. Make sure to subscribe to the Juice Box YouTube. Boys, we're getting there. The warm weather's coming. I got the back patio rearranged, the back deck rearranged. I think this summer is definitely going to be the summer where we start doing outside episodes because it would be easy to do.
That
do
would be
it.
sweet.
Very fun. Looking forward to that weather.
Do it on the
and
pong table.
Yeah, beer pong summer is back. Thank you.
Follow me on Twitter at Bubba Slider. Follow me on Instagram at the Harry Slider.
Yeah, speaking of warm weather, I think it's supposed to hit 75 degrees tomorrow, which is perfect since we're going to party a little bit. So shout out the warm weather. It might be rainy, but still 75 degrees. That's pretty legit. So I'm social media list still, and my name is Zar. That's ZAR. And don't get it twisted.
Bye-bye.
Bye.